Joining me now from Pittsburgh is Andrew Chen. He's the CEO of WholeRen Group, which specializes in educational services. So, Andrew, I understand that you're a former international student. How has learning English, especially the demand for it, changed from when you were a student to what we see today?
Right now in China, there are a lot of demand and a lot of competition for the students to get to good, better, the best education. And it's both demanded by the education system and also demanded by the parents. Since I was a kid to now, the competition is higher, the demand is higher, and also there are wider availability of technology to make it available.
So speaking of that technology, we now see that you can learn online. Is there any benefit for students learning through a computer screen versus learning from a person in a classroom?
Oh, of course, learning from a person will be, but for the Chinese, especially when the student in the remote area, there are not many native Americans or native English speakers in that small town. And with the technology, the real-time face-to-face, the video conference can actually help the student to learn the live English, not just the muted English. So it helps the students in small towns as well as big cities.
What are the benefits for Chinese students having an American tutor teaching them English and a native speaker, even if it's online? Is that still a better advantage than maybe not having that option in person in China?
Oh, it is great advantage for the Chinese students. You learn from a native speaker versus you learn from English, a second language teacher in China who has never been to America or other English-speaking country. It helps the students, especially in their competition. I'll give you an example that a colleague of mine in Guangzhou, her daughter, in order to get into elementary school, one of the tests is to translate a Chinese poem, 静夜思, famous poem, into English. So the competition is there. So if you are not prepared, you may not get to a good school.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
On the other side, though, have you seen or has there been an increase in Americans, kids or adults, wanting to learn Chinese online?
I don't see a lot of those demand, even though, say, I'm in Pittsburgh. I know in Pittsburgh now there are about 18 private schools and public schools are offering the Chinese program. In the past, many of those were delivered through the help of Confucius Institution, but I don't know what the numbers now. But I see that the demand is growing, but not as the demand for Chinese students to learn English, because English is considered as an education necessity and also a commodity for the Chinese student, and also for the school to evaluate the student to go to higher level of, say, junior school, high school, and college.
All right, Andrew Chen, thank you so much for joining us.